Hi, my name is Debbie, and I am obsessed with all things to do with ultrasound. I'm an empty nester who has spent the last 28 years scanning in all different kinds of situations: clinics, hospitals, point of service, emergency departments, private offices, echo, vascular, general, high-risk OB, and want to dive down deep into all things to do with technology, techniques, and transformation. It's time we take ultrasound to the next level. Think of this like your little power boost on your commute to all things ultrasound, along your way to the thing that we call work. So pull up a seat, make sure you're comfy, and be ready to be challenged and encouraged as we learn it's all about the frequency. Our next guest has over 28 years of experience as a registered ultrasound technologist. It's me. I have worked in hospitals, doctors' offices, emergency departments, clinics, and on-call settings. My experience extends beyond performing ultrasounds. Let me just start all over. 3, 2, 1. With over 28 years of experience as a registered ultrasound technologist, I have worked in hospitals, doctors' offices, emergency departments, clinics, and on-call settings. My expertise extends beyond performing ultrasounds. I have trained ultrasound technologists, residents, and physicians, helping to shape the future of the profession. My journey in ultrasound began at the age of 23, driven by my love for technology and the opportunity to collaborate with physicians to develop patient care plans. My passion for women's health once had me considering midwifery, but I am grateful I chose ultrasound. It has been the perfect blend of science, problem solving, and patient care. Ultrasound has been my constant through life's challenges, including single parenting, economic struggles, and global pandemics. This career has not only provided stability, but has also shaped my values, deepened my empathy, and fostered an incredible love for growth and friendships. Now, I am dedicated to advancing the field by establishing high-risk ultrasound as a profession and specialty, and developing structural levels of ultrasound training. Ultrasound has given me more than I ever imagined, and I know it can do the same for others. My mission is to elevate this profession, ensuring the next generation of sonographers is equipped to provide the highest level of care. Please help me welcome Debbie. Please help me welcome myself. Debbie, today I want to talk to you about ways to promote your scientific work. I read this article from the SDMS Journal of Diagnostic Medical Sonography. And this article, after I read it, it was from one of a professor now, a PhD, but she was a supervisor in a cardiac lab in Missouri when I knew her, and she gave me an opportunity for some public speaking, and I've just always admired her work. Michelle B. Rigg is her name, and I've admired her work and the way in which she works and the way in which she goes after her dreams and goals. So I am always wanting to almost like follow in her footsteps. She's kind of like a silent mentor, maybe a little bit from a distance. But the people who work with her love her. And so she's always one of those people that like, when I grow up, I'm going to be like her, But what inspired me is I've been in ultrasound for quite a few years. And I think for those of us who have been in quite a few years, we kind of sometimes get bored. Technology does change and improve, and so that gives us some things to learn and grow with. But there are other ways to expand yourself and learn and grow. And I think in our field of ultrasound, that's something that we always have to keep in mind. right? We're always learning, we're always growing. And so, what are some other ways that we can expand ourselves? And so, this article was just, I thought, a great idea for expanding yourself. And why not give it a try and reach out to people who could help you maybe in this endeavor if this is something that you're interested in. So in this article, she talks about a little bit about her own journey and how she's learning social media, because her and I are around the same age. And so that's a little bit more of a struggle for us, but she's learning and she's conquering it. And she is enjoying seeing the rewards of sharing things on social media. But she also writes that a way to advance your career is to promote like scientific work and how to do that. And so she encourages you to write to a certain audience. So choose your audience is the first takeaway here. The second one would be to maybe choose the journal that you want to write for. Each journal is a little bit different. They have a little bit different requirements. So choosing that will help you to zone in and be able to have requirements that you know you have to meet in order to get that published in that article or that manuscript. It's also important, I think, in most writings that you choose keywords that are going to be in your title, your conclusion, any graphics that you may be able to use for social media and share on social media later. And then also creating an account with the repository of publications and scholarly networks. This allows for cross-referencing of authors and publications, and it makes sure that you get referenced for those things. She has listed 6 different ways in which you can promote your own work. And I think this is a process. And so I think in this process, you kind of have to be patient with yourself. And it's a lot of work. Obviously, your first time doing it, but the more you do it, the easier it gets. SDMS has events at annual conferences and virtual offerings. So it provides a forum to discuss your prior published findings and translates the application into clinical practice. You know, guys, in my 28 years of doing this, I always keep coming back to this journal. And when I read the journals and I see what everybody is out there doing, it's just inspiring. It's like, oh yeah, maybe I can be a contributor to what's going on. The second one she mentions in table 1 here is media coverage. It says many scientific sessions have media press releases, especially for data that relate to patient health or outcomes. So that's important, right? Media coverage. The JDMS provides open access to publications for 3 months. And this allows anyone to access for free the complete publication for 3 months after it's published. Social media promotion during this time enhances getting the word out. 4, create a graphical abstract central illustration. An image that describes the key messages from your publication can be easily shared through many social media platforms. And it's a great way to let everyone know your primary focus of your publication. Number 5, ensure your biography and your pictures are up to date on institutional websites, social media platforms, and related websites. Providing links to these URLs enhances creating additional connections with people. And then the last one she suggested was cite your own work. Reference prior publications on future presentations, manuscripts, or posters. So again, guys, just a short little podcast today from a very accomplished fellow sonographer and now PhD who has just worked her way to the top and keeps learning and growing and is a great example to all of us. And so she shared with us just this little article of something that we can consider possibly doing. And I know it seems overwhelming, but when you break it down to do this kind of work, just a little bit every day really kind of moves the needle. So I'm hoping that with this small podcast that you will be able to, maybe I'm just sowing a seed that you would consider possibly doing in your future. I have worked with many physicians who would be more than willing to work with us as sonographers in order to do this kind of thing. So many times your help is around the corner, or reach out to SDMS, or reach out to Michelle B. Rigg from her article in the SDMS. There is SDMS meeting this fall in Colorado. I encourage you to go and meet more people and meet people who have done these kinds of things before that can possibly just mentor you and walk alongside you while you enhance your career and take it to the next level. I hope you enjoyed this short podcast, but I hope it puts a little bee in your bonnet and gets your wheels a turning. I think this would enhance everyone's professional career. And I think a lot of people in our occupation would really enjoy it. So please keep it in mind, and we'll see you next week. Thank you for tuning in to It's All About the Frequency podcast. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. Share it with a friend, and remember to keep your frequency high.